You look so beautiful.
Oh, praise his name.
Oh my gosh.
The High King of Kings. Come, voices raised. With all that breathes, praise the Father, the Son, and
Joshua, today is the day we have waited for, prayed, and dreamed about. Today is a dream come true. Moving forward, I am so fortunate to have you by my side for the rest of our lives. It amazes me that we were once so nervous to speak to each other, and now I can't imagine going a second without you. I remember the first time I laid eyes on you. In that moment, I had a feeling you were going to be a big part of my life, and every day after that, I prayed that you would be just that. Growing up, I have always wondered what my future husband would be like. Would he love the Lord more than anything else? Would he care for others? Would he love me as I am? And Josh, you exceeded all my expectations. You were better than I have ever imagined. My dad always prayed for the man I would marry, and that he would be a godly man who would love me with all his heart. I'm so thankful that God heard his prayers. And I know without a doubt, my dad would have loved you as his own son. You love me how my dad always told me I should be loved. He always said that a man would come along and love everything about me, including my faults. No one but our Lord and my dad have made me feel as loved as you do. I promise that I will love you with the same love you show me daily. I will never let a day go by where you don't feel loved and cherished. I promise to always try and find the joy in every situation we are in. I promise to be better than I was the day before. I will learn and grow with you. I promise to to strive to be a Proverbs 31 woman. I will place God above all else, speak kindness, serve others, and be faithful to you. I promise to encourage every dream you have and push you to meet them all. I promise to give my all in this marriage like I undoubtedly know you will. This love we are blessed to have is a gift from God, and I will cherish it for the rest of our lives. I am so excited that I get to spend forever with my best friend. I will love you today, tomorrow, and always.
oh, prideful death, where is your sting? I'll pay no debt. He stands for me. Praise the Father, the Son, and Holy.
Anna, the day has finally come for us to get married and begin the rest of our lives together. It seems as though it's taken forever to get to this point, but at the same time has flown by. I truly feel that God brought us together because He knew we were perfect for each other. Through our years of being together, we've grown up a lot. You've made me a better man. You've helped me become a stronger person in faith and throughout day-to-day life. Being with you these past years has also made me realize that the love I have for you and you have for me is love that is much greater than anything I ever imagined I would have with someone I get to spend the rest of my life with. I know marriage isn't always going to be easy, but I want you to know that I promise you to always give you my all and to spend each day being the best husband that I can be and that you deserve. I've never doubted my love for you, and I've never doubted your love for me. Now that we're really here in the moment that we've both been waiting for a really long time, I'd like to share my vows with you that I'll keep for the rest of my days. I vow to you to always be there for you, no matter the situation, for rich or for poor, to always be on your team. I vow to love you unconditionally more and more each day that we're together. I vow to love our children love our future children with all my heart, to show a good example of how a husband, father, and man of the house should be. I vow to you today that for the rest of my life, I'll be your #1 fan, to support you in everything you do in life, and to push you to reach your goals that you set out for yourself. I'll love you for the rest of my life, and I can't wait for the amazing adventures that we get to begin together as husband and wife. I'm the luckiest man in the world, and I can't wait to say I do.
That was good.
Was it good?
Yes.
Years to come. You are my God.
Am I supposed to turn a certain direction? Okay.
Whichever way is your good side.
All right. You ready?
Lift up your heads, you weary souls.
You
Our
look good. You
God
look great.
is not done
I like
yet.
your sneakers.
I know.
You look
Our
great.
King will
Oh, you're
come
gorgeous.
with the morning light, bringing
Wow.
joy to the
look so grown up.
darkest
I
of night. Carry on, all you pilgrims. Don't lose heart, for the journey is long. At the end of your wanderings, lift your hands and bless the Lord. Carry on, all you pilgrims. Don't lose heart, His strength will still come. At the end of your wanderings, you'll see the grace that He giveth and giveth and giveth again. Your word will be enough when I cannot hear, when I start to fear.
I give this ring
I give this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my commitment
of my commitment
to you,
to you,
and thereby
and thereby
seal this covenant of marriage.
seal this covenant of marriage.
Now, Anna, will you take the ring from the pages of the Bible, when you place it on Josh's finger, and repeat after me? I give this ring as a symbol of my commitment to you, and thereby seal this covenant of marriage. Josh and Anna, you've exchanged the solemn covenantal vows of marriage, and you've given rings as a sign and seal of your covenant. And by the authority vested in me as a minister of the gospel, and by the state of Georgia, I hereby pronounce you man and wife. What God has joyfully joined together in this love, let no one ever attempt to destroy. And Josh, here's the moment you've been waiting for. You may kiss your bride. It is my honor to introduce to you for the first time in public, Mr. and Ms. Joshua Guthrie.
Don't lose heart, His strength will still come. At the end of your wanderings, you'll see the grace that He giveth and giveth and giveth again. Set your face to Zion and see great things has our God yet to bring. Every step I will choose to believe that your promise is unraveling. Set your face to Zion and see great things has our God yet to bring. Every step I will choose to believe that your promise is unraveling. Carry on, all you
I have been very blessed,
Don't lose heart.
honored the opportunity to spend time with Josh, probably more so than any ordinary dad. I've spent more time in the front seat of a truck driving with him. Man, we've oh my goodness, we should write a book about road stories. I can't get into all those road stories, but there's a bunch. The ups, the downs, the triumphs, the victories, the defeats. There's been some tough times. There's been some good times. But, looking back, even the tough times were good times. And, I mean, it's, looking at your son with a blown out shoulder and him saying why, and I really don't know why. A lot of long walks back through the pits and thinking, Lord, why? But then to see his perseverance, his persistence, his courage to get back to 100%. Anna, man, first of all, Anna's going to fit in great because I'll tell you why. She can take my joking like not other. I mean, we can go back and forth. She doesn't wear a heart on her sleeve. And I mean, we go back and forth pretty hard, but deep inside we love each other, and she knows that. But the one thing, if I had to say to sum Anna up in one word, this is probably pretty big, but I would say she's the most genuine person her age that I know. You get what you see, and for that, I appreciate that. The number one thing that I love about both of them is their love for the Lord. And Anna wrote me and Misty a letter, and I'm not going to repeat that letter, Anna, so don't worry. But in that letter, what meant most to me of anything is she said in one of the sentences that she will put the Lord first and before Josh. And to me, let me tell you, you're not going to fail with the Lord on your side. It's just not going to happen. And that I'm very, very proud of also. But truly, you guys, I in there, when you guys were in there, Anna, you never had a smile that wasn't on your face. Josh, I couldn't see you, but I saw your ears pulled back, so I knew you were smiling. And, I mean, you guys complement each other very well, and I love you both very dearly.
Anna is my only sister out of 6 siblings, so in other words, we basically grew up in a house full of testosterone. There was never a dull moment in our house, and don't get me wrong, I used to love jumping off of rope swings, shooting BB guns, and even that time I somehow wound up tied to a tree. But sometimes it was nice to just have a sister who would sit down and play dolls with you and have tea parties with you. So I'm forever thankful for having Anna, and I'm sorry for throwing Barbie dolls at your face when you didn't let me pick the doll clothes I wanted. I remember the first time I ever heard anything about Josh was when Anna came home from church and started raving on and on about how cute this boy was, but she refused to talk to him. And then being the same exact person, of course, he didn't talk to her either. Anna and Josh share the kind of love that I think everybody wants to find. And if I'm being honest, watching them together raises my standards for myself every time. Every time I go to their house, I see them dancing around the living room and laughing and occasionally bickering because Josh says he doesn't know how to make a sandwich the way Anna does, so she has to get up and do it for him. As I said before, we grew up in a house with a lot of siblings, with most being older than me, so as fun as it is being the young one, you kind of watch everybody grow up and start their own lives. Every one of my siblings live in a different state than me, except Anna. She has been there for me my entire life. She showed up to watch me cheer at football games, attended school and sport banquets, and she's always made sure she was home in time to see me all dressed up for school dances. She's always been there, and I cannot stress how much I appreciate her for it. So it is honestly so hard for me to stand here today and let her go. And yes, I know she isn't actually leaving me, but she is growing up and starting the new life she always talked about. But Anna, you couldn't have picked a better man to do it with. And Josh, I know you never had the pleasure of meeting our father, but believe me when I say that you're the type of man he would have been proud to call his son.
She used the pain in her life to be the best person she could be, and in doing so, she found the love of her life. Josh, I don't know that anyone will ever actually deserve my sister. but I do think that you come pretty damn close. I remember standing in Target. We were waiting to check out, and my phone started ringing, and I looked down at my phone, and I saw your number, and I knew. And for the next 15 minutes, I listened to Josh's squeaky voice on the phone, stumbling through a 15-minute presentation of him wanting to ask to marry my sister. And I was about to cry. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was incredibly honored, and man, you made my day. And you really, really showcased what kind of a man you are. You've got a lot of character and a lot of respect for my sister, and that's what matters. And my dad was praying for you since you were probably a year old. My dad was praying that you would be healthy, that you would be safe, conveniently, no matter how many motorcycle crashes you had. My dad was praying that you would come to know the Lord as your Savior, that you would live a godly life, and then most importantly, you would treat my sister the way that she deserved to be treated. And I've no doubt in my mind that my dad would have approved of you marrying his little girl. Besides, if you mess up, you've got 5 big guys ready to beat you, so, whatever. I'm happy to have you as a brother, man. Anna, I don't know where to start. I am so proud of you. I have watched you go through so much in your life, and you are so resilient. You continue to fight. You continue to impress me every day. You grow and grow and grow, and I see the little girl that I used to dote on becoming a woman, and it breaks my heart to see you grow up. You're not my little sister anymore, and I'm so proud of you. And Paige and I talk about you all the time. We're just so proud of the woman you've become. You've worked so hard. You've endured so much more than anyone should ever have to. And yet, through it all, you still point to God. And I'll tell you, there have been times in my life that have been hard. And whether you know it or not, I've looked at you and I've said, man, at the end of the day, she finds strength she doesn't blame God for the things in her life. She finds a reason to accept them and worship God for them and move forward. And that's helped me more than you'll ever know. I'm not sure that you know this, but Miss Mom Pleasure, if you remember her, recently gave me a letter that you wrote about 2 months after Dad passed. And you wrote it in Sunday school, and I read it and it broke my heart. You were struggling with your blame to God for everything that had happened. And in your heart, you didn't want anything to do with anybody. You were mad. And in that letter, I saw you pour out your heart and say that, hey, God lets everything happen for a reason. And I'm going to learn from it. And I'm not going to be angry at God for taking my dad too early, but I'm going to be thankful that he gave me the amount of years that I had with him. And that letter, I meant to bring it, but it's sitting in my dresser right now, and it brought me to tears reading it. I was so impressed with you. I've tried to be a role model for you. I've tried to emulate how a man should treat you, even more so after the passing of Dad, because I wanted you to see that you deserve the absolute best. I know that Dad used to rave about you. I know he's raving to every angel in heaven who will listen to how great you are. I mean, he did it to everybody who had ears here on earth about how beautiful his daughter was. I know how much he loved and idolized you. And by allowing me to take his place today, it's the greatest honor that you could ever give me. I love you. I am proud of you. I love Josh. I know that Dad is looking down, and he is very proud of you guys. And in the great words of Josh, this shit is crazy.
Somehow, you know, that you love me the same. Somehow, you know, and you love